Katie, you must be very excited about Rio and what it has to bring.
Yeah, I can't wait. It's just an absolute honour and privilege really to be representing my country again in another Olympic Games, and I'm going to go in the best shape possible and hopefully come home as a two-time Olympic champion. And we have such a strong team going over as well. It's so exciting to be part of such a strong team, and I think this is going to be our most successful Olympic Games, and it's just really, really exciting.
And in terms of, you've had a lot of intensive preparation and training camps over the last number of months. You've also moved out to the new Institute of Sport High Performance Training Centre. How much has that helped you as an athlete really to get to your peak performance?
Oh, it's incredible to be training out here in the best of facilities, and the training camps have been absolutely phenomenal as well. We're getting the best of sparring, we're getting the best of training, we have the best coaches in the world working with us, and there's no reason why we can't go on and bring back a few medals from these games. And it's just a privilege really to be training alongside some of the best boxers in the world, the likes of Michael and Paddy and Joe, and it's amazing training with those guys day in, day out. You're only going to learn from those guys as well. And
I'm sure that they, of course, with all your experience being Ireland's most decorated boxer ever, you must have some amount of experience to pass on to all the boxers, the first timers, about managing the nerves in around competition. What's the single piece of advice that you would give to the likes of Brendan Irvine or Stephen Donnelly as they prepare for the Games?
Well, I think the most important thing for any boxer is to prepare right for every competition, and every time I step into the ring I know I haven't cut any corners and I've put 100% in every single day, and I've seen those guys train, they have put the work in, and the competition time is a fun time. That's the part where we can enjoy it and just express ourselves and try to enjoy the occasion as well. And this is something that we've dreamed of our whole lives, to be boxing in the Olympic Games, the pinnacle of our sport, and just to go out and enjoy it and wear the Irish vest with pride, and that's exactly what they're going to do. And
that's, I said, as you said, once all the preparations is done, all you can do is really enjoy it, and that's probably so important for these guys. The occasion is so big. Like when you look back on London, I'm sure you've watched that video back since, in terms of, and it's awe-inspiring for everybody. I'm sure for you as well. I'm sure you're looking forward to seeing all the Irish green and support out in Rio again.
It's absolutely amazing. We have the best supporters in the world, and back in London, I'm boxing for a gold medal in front of 9,000 Irish people. I never thought that would ever happen. Really, it was more than a dream come true for me, and I'm sure the support's going to be phenomenal again out in Rio. And as I said, this I believe will be our most successful Games, and we have such an amazing squad going out, and it's just so exciting with the boxers that we have here. And I'm just, it's really, really exciting times.
And in terms of your legacy is already there, as I said, from being an Olympic, 5-time world champion, most decorated boxer. Can you look past that in terms of, can you look at your legacy in terms of the growth of the sport in Ireland, in terms of 40% more 11 to 12-year-olds in 2013 actually entered the national championships?
Incredible.
And that's, do you step back and do you ponder on that, and is that something to be really proud of?
I think that for me is probably the most satisfying part about it all, really. I've seen so many girls boxing and seen every boxing club in the country packed with female boxers, and that's exactly what I want to do. I want to be a good ambassador for the sport, and I have the privilege of inspiring some young kids as well, and it's such an amazing and a privilege to be in this position, and there's no doubt that the talent coming up in the country is absolutely phenomenal, and we're going to have a few more Olympic stars in the future, no doubt.
We've put out also to the supporters and fan base, we asked them if they had any questions that they'd like us to put to you. One was, who's been your greatest influence in your life?
My greatest,
or one of your greatest influences. I'm sure there's many to.
My greatest influence is probably my mother. Really, she's been a huge influence in my life, and she's been the rock of our family really over the last for her whole lives. Really, she's sacrificed so much for me, and she lives such a selfless life as well for our kids to have the dreams that they can have, and we owe a lot to her, I think.
So your family are your role models as well?
I'm very, very lucky to have an incredible family around me, and they support me every step of the way, whether I win or lose, or during bad times and good times, or just they never change really, and you need that support when you're going into these big competitions, and I'm very, very blessed to have an incredible family.
And in terms of past or present, is there any boxer that you would have loved to have gone or to go toe to toe with over a number of rounds?
Yeah, I think in terms of female boxing, probably Lucia Riker, who's an incredible boxer. She was the greatest professional female boxer, and I always say that I want to share the ring with some of the best boxers in the world. And I suppose in the professional rank, she would have been the best, and it would have been great to actually share the ring with her. It would have been such a privilege, really, and to see how that fared out.
And in terms of other aspirational people in other sports, is there any other athlete at the minute who you really look up to and go, wow, this is, I know Leeds United are outside.
Leeds United, yeah. I'm a big Leeds fan, but we'll keep that on the down low. Yeah, I think any athlete that is so consistent over a few years, I really admire the likes of, Serena Williams or Alison Felix, you had the likes of Roger Federer, and people who've just been so consistent in boxing terms, likes of Vasil Lomachenko, he was absolutely phenomenal to watch. A two-time Olympic champion as well. Now he's dominating the professional game. He's absolutely such a superstar in the sport, and I think consistency really is a sign of a great champion. And over the years, those guys have produced the goods year in, year out.
And just in terms of that, that's some great advice for young and up and coming. As I said, there's aspiring Katie Taylors, the likes of Kelly Harrington touched on it very recently as well in an interview, how looking up to you and watching you in training, you were part of her success. But do you have any piece of advice for a young girl or somebody getting into the sport to really try and get to where you are today?
Yeah, as I said, it's just all about your preparation and just trying to get up every day, trying to be the best that you can be every single day. And nothing's impossible at the end of the day. If you have a dream in your heart, you have to go for it. You have to believe in yourself, and you have to surround yourself with good people who are going to lift you up and encourage you. And once you have that support around you, nothing's impossible. And the likes of Kelly has been outstanding over this past year, and this is only the start for Kelly. She is going to go on and achieve greatness in the sport, I believe, and there's so many more young boxers like that as well who are coming up through the ranks who have such a great future ahead. It's just about putting the work in and surrounding yourself with good people.
Well, Katie, you're a fantastic role model, ambassador, and all of Ireland will be behind both you and the team as you go to Rio. We've no doubt that you'll do your country proud yet again. So the best of luck from everybody.
I really appreciate it, Rob. Thank you. Cheers.